This is the account, but you can see the photos though. Jesus Christ. I think my sister took this picture. I forced her to take this picture. Why am I wearing a Russian jumper? Ma così andavo in giro io? No. Oh my god. Something like this. I need a whiteboard. Hi everyone, this is Carlo, and if you were once a MySpace kid like I was, for sure you will know why I'm here in this position wearing a white t-shirt.
Howdy!
But let's rewind it a bit. Today I'm gonna take you back in time to more or less 15 years ago. It was 2006 when I decided to open my MySpace account. Long before Facebook and Instagram, MySpace was the first social network to reach a massive worldwide popularity. In 2006 it was the most visited website after Google. E me coglioni. For those who can remember those times, this will be a trip down memory lane. If you're too young to remember it, I hate you. I'm joking, I'm gonna try and show you what MySpace was. So, after creating an account on myspace.com, you will have your own profile. You could choose your profile picture that will appear next to your age and location. And you could also write a quote that represented you. I used to change it like daily. It was usually some lyrics from Alanis Morissette or some mental elucubrations about the meaning of life. Your profile will have a white background, but it was totally customizable, and we used to spend hours and hours to try and make it very unique. It was not straightforward, there was a lot of HTML code to write. The struggle was real. Later on you could find some website online called something like pimpmyprofile.com with some ready-made layouts that you just had to copy and paste. And they were awful and glittery most of the times. You could write your own little bio in the About Me section. And also you could say who you'd like to meet. Yeah, because being a social network, the focus was on connecting people. You had your friends section, and you could also connect with music stars and celebrities, and you could message them. The thing that everyone will surely remember is that you had to choose your top 8 friends that will appear in the box on your profile. And that was brutal. There are stories of friendships ruined forever because of a simple switcheroo of those top 8 friends. As soon as you created your account on MySpace, your first friend was automatically him, Tom. Tom Anderson was one of the founders of MySpace, and it was the first friend by default. I remember that I didn't know that at the start, so when I saw that he was my friend straight away, I deleted him. And then when I found out, I re-added him, and I felt so guilty. Because it's like you go to someone's house and you lock them outside the door. Every MySpace kid remembers Tom. And if you're wondering where he is now, stay until the end of the video and you will find out. A MySpace profile used to say a lot about you. You could choose a song that would play automatically, and you could change it accordingly to your mood. You could also post a bulletin that was like a blog entry that all your friends would be able to read in their bulletin board. Also, you could upload a lot of pictures. Let's start with saying that we didn't have smartphones back then, so all the pictures were taken with the camera. I used to have a compact Nikon Coolpix. Either with the help of a mirror, or literally like a selfie, but without being able to see if you were actually in the shot, so it was always a surprise. There was a particular common aesthetic for those MySpace selfies, especially in the emo community, which was a picture taken from an upper angle, with your head slightly tilted down and your eyes looking up. We didn't have apps for photo editing, but you could upload these pictures on a website and edit them there, with usually a very cartoonish final result. I was lucky enough to have Photoshop on my computer, so I used to apply a lot of blue filters. Oh, look at this, with a melancholic face. Oh. Yes, I went through this weird phase with long hair. We don't talk about it. MySpace was a super cool place to be back then. It was young, fresh, genuine. It was the pioneer of the modern day social media. For me, MySpace arrived right after I recovered from a bad moment of my young life, where I was struggling with anxiety and panic attacks. I remember that I had just overcome that struggle, and I was feeling the need to express myself and to reach out for people. I was what is called an extrovert introvert, and MySpace became a platform for my voice to be heard, a tool to present myself to the world. I used to record cover versions of songs and put them on MySpace, write blogs, and also promote the shows that I was in when I was working as an actor in Italy. So yeah, it was my personal website, my personal space. I think that was the winning concept of MySpace, that each of us would have their own space, even their own little fame. I tried to log into my old MySpace account, but everything's changed now. And unfortunately, after a migration of servers, MySpace has lost a huge amount of data, so basically all those memories are now lost. The MySpace profiles are pretty much all still online, but it's impossible to navigate into them because of bugs of compatibility developed with all the versions that have been released in time. Some nerdy stuff that I don't really know about. But you can still browse all the pictures if you want. And enough. But when did it all end for MySpace? I can't remember when was exactly the last time that I used MySpace, but I can remember that as soon as Facebook arrived, there was a huge migration of people to this brand new platform, and it seemed like MySpace couldn't keep up with that. I have great memories of my years on MySpace. I met some awesome people, some of them are still my friends now. It's incredible how much social media changed in just 15 years. The MySpace era was empowering for the user. We all had the feeling of having a place, and although there were millions of users, our voice was unique. We could connect with people and create our own world. We were inspired by others, and the experience that we had online was very personal. It was fun, it was creative, there was no anger, no rage, no crazy outpour of hate like you can see on Facebook nowadays. No companies wanted to sell you products or steal your data and information. No one would use the normal longing that we have as human beings for connection and for interaction to transform us into products. If you watch The Social Dilemma on Netflix, you know what I'm talking about. Sharing something about yourself on MySpace felt like expressing yourself and affirming yourself, whereas sharing something personal on Facebook sounds like a hazard, especially now that we have more information about it. In conclusion, after this trip down MySpace memory lane, and after a lot of thoughts, I took a small but important decision. I'm going to progressively abandon Facebook for good. I would rejoin MySpace if it was like it was 15 years ago, but life goes on. I will make another video about my exit from Facebook to give you all the reasons and to keep you updated with the process. Oh yes, Tom Anderson left the company in 2009 and now he enjoys being retired. He takes stunning photographs and you can find him on Twitter and Instagram under the name MySpace Tom. Everyone's first friend. Were you a MySpace kid? And what do you remember of those times? Feel free to let me know in the comments and don't forget to subscribe my channel for new videos every week. Have a good day and see you soon.